choose our socks for success in all endeavors. Fortunes rises from the heel, and good luck for life.
Good morning. Today is Thursday, November 21st, 2024. Today in history. On this day, 330 years ago, Voltaire, the French 18th century Enlightenment thinker, writer, and philosopher, was born. His notable works include philosophical letters, The Age of Louis XIV, and Candide. He advocated for enlightened monarchy and emphasized freedom and equality. A leading figure in the French bourgeois Enlightenment, Voltaire was known as the king of French thought and the best poet in France. Welcome to today's Qingchao Morning News. Let's start with political updates.
French birth rate hits historic low. According to Bloomberg News, data from the French Statistics Office shows that the number of newborns in France dropped to 677,800 in 2023, marking a 6.6% decrease from the previous year, the lowest level since World War II and the largest decline since the 1970s baby boom. The decline in births has been ongoing since 2010, with a brief rebound in 2021 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. For the first time, the 2023 decline affected women of all ages. Although the decline slowed in the first 9 months of this year, the trend will exacerbate France's aging population, putting increased pressure on public finances. Russia launches massive airstrikes on Ukraine's power grid. According to comprehensive news from Kyiv, on November 17, Russia launched its largest airstrike in 3 months, firing about 120 missiles and 90 drones at Ukraine. The attack caused significant damage to Ukraine's power system, resulting in emergency power outages in many areas. Ukrainian President Zelensky stated on social media that Ukraine's air defense forces successfully shot down over 140 targets, but Russia's strikes destroyed half of Ukraine's energy production capacity. The attack also resulted in at least 8 deaths and 20 injuries. DTEK, Ukraine's largest private energy company, confirmed that this was the 8th major missile attack it had faced this year, with multiple thermal power plants suffering severe damage. In response, Russia's Ministry of Defense claimed that the large-scale attack had successfully hit all intended targets in Ukraine's critical energy infrastructure. Japan to rotate troops in Australia for joint drills with US and Australia. According to comprehensive news from Sydney, on November 17, Australian Defence Minister Mars announced that Japanese troops will begin rotating to Northern Australia next year to conduct joint training with US and Australian forces. This move is part of efforts by the 3 countries to strengthen their security relations amid escalating strategic competition. The deployment will take place in Darwin, which was a key Allied base during World War II and heavily bombed by the Japanese Army, holding significant historical and strategic value. U.S. Secretary of Defense Austin stated that this cooperation will improve intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance capabilities among the 3 nations, and support the goal of ensuring security and peace in the Indo-Pacific region. Malaysia's economy grows 5.3% in Q3. Comprehensive news from Kuala Lumpur. Recently, Bank Negara Malaysia President Abdul Rashid revealed that Malaysia's economy grew by 5.3% year-on-year in the third quarter of this year, slightly slower than the 5.9% growth rate in the second quarter. Investment activity, export growth, and household spending drove the third quarter growth, though a decline in oil and gas production offset some of the gains. It was also reported that Malaysia's overall inflation rate and core inflation rate have averaged 1.8% this year. Inflation is expected to remain under control until 2025, although the Anwar government plans further subsidy cuts, including those on diesel, electricity, and chicken. Ten newborns die in Indian hospital fire. According to Indian News, a recent fire in the neonatal care area of a hospital in the Jhansi region of Uttar Pradesh, India, killed at least 10 newborns and left 16 others in critical condition. Police suggested that the fire may have been caused by a malfunctioning oxygen machine. Authorities revealed that the hospital was not properly licensed and lacked adequate fire escapes. Following the incident, police arrested a doctor and the hospital owner. It was noted that building fires are common in India due to poor construction quality and widespread neglect of safety regulations. Just 6 months ago, a fire at a maternal and child hospital in New Delhi killed 6 babies. Global plastic waste could reach 121 million tons by 2050. According to Lianhe Zaobao News, a recent U.S. study highlighted that by 2050, the global plastic waste that is not properly managed through incineration, landfilling, or recycling could increase to approximately 121 million tons, double the current level. Data reveals that in 2020, the global total plastic waste amounted to 425 million tons, of which 62 million tons were not properly processed. By 2050, global plastic waste is projected to grow to 687 million tons, with 121 million tons of that being improperly managed. The study also suggests that by mandating plastic products to contain at least 40% recycled content and capping new petroleum-based plastic production at 2020 levels, unmanaged waste could be reduced to just 11 million tons, alleviating significant environmental pressure. '24 Hanoi Innovation Design Festival opens. According to the Vietnam news agency, the Hanoi Municipal People's Committee and the Vietnam Architects Association recently co-hosted the 2024 Innovation Design Festival titled Creative Intersection at August Revolution Square in Hanoi. The Creative Intersection featured 7 notable historical heritage projects in Hanoi, with over 100 creative activities across 12 cultural industry fields, including architecture, design, art, performance, film, advertising, handicrafts, and publishing. This year's event attracted more than 500 participants, including creators, architects, artists, and especially young talents from various design fields. In addition to the creative showcases, the festival included cultural and artistic activities, exhibitions, seminars, and creative travel routes.
According to Chihuo Daily, the main LC2501 contract of lithium carbonate futures recently closed at 78,300 yuan per ton, marking a 7.12% decrease. That's all for today's Qingchao Morning News. Thanks for watching. Join us at the same time tomorrow.